So today we're gonna service this RockShox Judy C. These are pretty simple, so yeah, let's go. And the only tools you need are an adjustable wrench or a 24mm socket, 5mm Allen key, and a small hammer. All right, so first thing you wanna do, just loosen up these adjusters like so. Then you wanna grab your wrench and just unscrew the top cap. So yeah, once you got those off, go ahead and grab your bucket because we got oil in here. And yeah, just pop it down like this. You see oil comes out. There's also one of these little spacer things. And then there's also a spring. There you go. And we have the yellow ones. The yellow ones are the soft ones, red or medium. And the black ones are the harder ones. So yeah, go ahead, take it out the other side as well. Pretty simple. Also some oil in there. You also have this little black piece that pops out as well. And just let it drain. You can also cycle the fork up and down to help kind of get the oil out. And then we have these foot nuts at the bottom. Grab your 5mm, go ahead and crack them loose. Now you want to unscrew these just a few threads and grab your hammer, tap them down. And once you see them go down, that means you've unscrewed them enough. You can kind of pull it up a little to unscrew it all the way, to kind of engage it back with the fork. And once you got the bolt out, just kind of push it back in. And there you go, the damper rod falls out. All right, we have one of our damper rods and the other little plastic thing fell out as well. And now we got our fork back up on the stand. Still gonna drain the oil, still coming out. And just grab the lowers, pull them off, like so. There you go. We got our boots as well. And the other damper rod, just take the fork off again and flip it upside down. There you go, comes out. And yeah, there we go. And now we got everything nice and taken apart. You just want to clean down all these parts with some alcohol. They're pretty easy to clean. There's nothing really complex here. And yeah, we got one side that has the little bottom mount spring. This one doesn't have it. So yeah, that's the Judy C for you. And the boots, yeah, just grab some soapy water and a toothbrush. You can get them nice and clean. Make sure to get the inside as well. And yeah, that's it. And now we also have the lowers and the stanchions. These you want to use some long pliers. These are super helpful. You can get these at Harbor Freight. They're like 10 bucks. Just get a paper towel. You can also use a screwdriver instead of one of these. And just go ahead and clean out the inside of the forks. Just go ahead and wipe them down in there. And most of the dirt is going to be at the bottom, so you want to get all the way down there to clean it out. And yeah, just clean them out. Do it dry first, and then go in with like alcohol or brake cleaner after that. Again, really clean. And we also have our wiper seals here. You just want to check that they're not cracked or they still feel kind of rubbery and soft. And yeah, you just want to see if they're leaking oil before. If they're leaking oil, you got to replace them. And yeah, just same thing, clean down in there nice and good. And all right, so now we got everything nice and cleaned down. Came out pretty well. I was gonna clean these with soap and water, but then I remembered I had an ultrasonic cleaner. So yeah, there they are. And we have a seal kit. This is it right here. I'll have a link for it in the description. Also, for the assembly, you're gonna need some saran butter. And yeah, for the stanchions, we got those cleaned down nice and good. And you can also use a spoke to push the paper towels up and down. It's actually the perfect length for this, so yeah, pretty cool. Now we got the lowers clean as well. Seals are still good. I did notice there is room for foam rings. These didn't come with them, but you know what? I said screw it, we're gonna put some on. I got this huge pack of O-rings for Judy's and stuff. So I'll have a link for this. I think these were on clearance in a bunch of websites for like $1. So if you want to buy these, here's your chance. They're probably gonna be gone like next year. Just pre-stretch them a little bit, not too hard. And then yeah, soak them in your oil for a few minutes and then pop them in there, yeah. All right, so our O-rings are nice and cooked now. We can go ahead and pop them in, take them out, and go ahead and slide them in there. And yeah, this is how you want them to look like. You don't want them sticking out too much, otherwise they're gonna catch on the stanchion and it's gonna screw up the foam ring. Ask me how I know. And if they are sticking out, you probably just didn't stretch them out enough. So this is why I like having the big pack of them in case you break one or something happens. You always got more, so yeah. All right, now first thing we're gonna do, if you're running your boots, you wanna put a little bit of saran butter on this lip right here so it seals out all the oil and dirt and stuff. And go ahead and just slide them on in. There you go. And now if you're looking at it from the front, you want the damper rod with the little spring to go on the right side here. And just grab your little plastic oil thingy. Go ahead and pop it on there and pop it in. Shake it around, make sure it goes out the bottom there. And yeah, same story for the other side. You just want to grab your main damper here, put some Saran butter on this glad bushing, little black piece on top, and yeah, pop it in there. All right, now you want to clean down your lowers. You want to use some brake cleaner and get some Saran butter. You want to lube these up nice and good. Grab your lowers. You want to put some Saran butter in there as well. You don't need to cake it on. Again, this is an open bath fork. Make sure your foam rings are in place if you put them on. Again, you don't have to put them on. I'm just fooling around here. And then yeah, go ahead and slide them on. And while you're doing it, make sure the seals don't fold over. Just go like this and yeah, make sure it moves nice and smooth. Now you want to lay the fork on its side. You don't want to flip it over because the damper rods will fall out. And yeah, you just want to make sure they're in the right place. You should be able to see the threads just a little bit in there. If you can see them, you're fine. If you can't, just grab your two springs. You can put them in the top of the fork and kind of just shake the fork around and get those rods lined up. And grab your bolts and then go ahead and screw them in. And yeah. So yeah, you just want to get those bolts nice and snug. You don't want them too tight. Now time for the oil. On this side, this is the side with the real damper. You want 130 cc's of oil. And this side you want 30. I'm going to be using 5 weight. This is what RockShox recommends. If you're over 190, you want to use 7.5, or you could even use 10. So now if you do what the manual says, you'll get a fork that's like basically a pogo stick. These weren't known to be very good at all. They're known to be pogo sticks. This is why they got bankrupt, because they made shitty forks. But what I found was, how come there's a damper on the right side, but you don't pour any oil in it? So I went ahead, poured 130 mils of oil in it, and it worked way better. All right, so now that we got the oil in, you want to cycle the fork up and down a few times to get it all cycled out and get all the air out of the dampers. Now we have our springs. Go ahead and pop them in. That's how they were. The yellow one in there, and then the red one. Then we have our little other spacer things. Go ahead and pop these in. They go in like this. So yeah. And now once you got those little top pieces in, grab your top caps. You want to put some Saran butter on the O-ring and the threads as well. Get like a screwdriver or something. Push some grease down into there on those threads so that you can make the caps easy to adjust. And yeah, make sure they're all the way out like this so you can screw them on easy. So yeah, go ahead and screw them in. And yeah, there you go. You just want to get your top caps tightened down. You don't want them too tight, otherwise you'll strip them. You already know I did. And a little hack for your boots, if you are using them, you want to put your boot holes right here. I don't know if you can see them because of the light. They're right here. You want to put them in this spot because the dirt likes to accumulate here, and on this side a little bit as well. So yeah, that should help make your fork last a little longer. And now I put it on the bike. It still feels a little bit pogo sticky. So if you're a heavier rider, I'm about 180. I'd recommend going 7.5 or 10 weight, 5 weight only if you're really light, like under 150 pounds. So, and the foam rings made this thing feel super smooth. So I'm glad I put those in. Again, I'll have a link for those in the description. I recommend it. They're super cheap. So yeah. So there you go. Now you got yourself a fully rebuilt Judy C. I was blown away about how much better it started working after I put, you know, the right amount of oil in there. And yeah, I hope you found this useful in some kind of way. Let me know what your results were. And I'll see you guys. Bye.